Welcome back to our adventure in Rome. On our second day, we're immersing ourselves into the city's ancient wonders. Join us as we explore the iconic Pantheon, wander through the Roman Forum, and experience the awe-inspiring Colosseum underground by night. Day 2 in Rome starts now.
So when you get the full experience ticket for the Colosseum, it also includes a visit to the Roman Forum and Palatine Hill. We thought that because at the Colosseum, if you're an individual and not with like a group tour and you have your ticket already, there's a separate line that you go in that is much faster. So we thought that it would be the same at the Forum, and that is not the case. So the line is very long right now, and it's around 10:30 in the morning because it's so hot. Right now we're going to go and do some other things and come back a little bit later when maybe the sun starts going down. Actually come back today to a place called Café. We ate breakfast here yesterday, and it was just really convenient because it's right by the Pantheon, and our tour time is from 12 p.m. until 1 p.m. It's only just around 11:30 right now, and we were starving, and the food was really, really good. I got pancakes again, but today, because we actually came around lunchtime, Dave was able to get a panini, and it's basically half a baguette. It's absolutely massive, and it looks so good. There's a few locations of this cafe. It's a chain of cafes, so the one that we're specifically at is Ginger Cafe Pantheon, because it's literally right down the street. It's also right near the Trevi Fountain too, so it's a great spot to come and relax while you're seeing those two sites. So we had initially planned to book a ticket online for the Pantheon for the 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. time slot. However, when we actually went to check out, it wouldn't take our credit card for some reason. We actually tried a couple of cards and it just kept erroring out. Not sure if that's just a website thing, if it was an us thing, but it does definitely pay to get your tickets in advance because then you get to skip the line. We are unfortunately in a pretty long lineup right now. So up until 3-4 weeks ago, it was actually free on weekdays to visit the Pantheon. About a month ago, they started charging a €5 fee per person. When you're purchasing online, I believe they let in 1,000 people per hour time slot. And then you just come to the Pantheon and go to a different line to pick up your ticket and go right in. So yeah, you get to skip the line. So if you can get a ticket in advance, definitely do. I think it was an extra €1.80 or €1.50 for the service fee for online. Totally would be worth it. We've learned that the 16 columns that are at the front under the portico, which is like the covered section right before the front door, they're actually carved as one piece as opposed to how they usually did them, which they did in chunks and then sealed them together. So they were carved in one piece in Egypt and then transported here and lifted upright using just pulleys and rope. So it's pretty incredible. It'd be interesting to see how they did that because it seems impossible. So we're actually listening to the Rick Steves audio guide. So the first portion is done outside for about 6-7 minutes. And then once we get back inside, we'll turn the audio guide back on. But another really cool thing that I didn't realize is that the walls of the Pantheon are actually 20 feet thick, which is crazy. The door is also very big and seemingly heavy, but I guess the mechanism is still the original one from when it was first created. And apparently a simple press with like a finger basically opens it. That's also pretty incredible. Okay, so we finally got to the front of the line and went to buy our tickets, and they don't take Amex, and that's just what we have. So we're going to pay cash, but they actually don't take cash at the entrance on the right side. So you have to come to the left, and it's closed off, but you let the woman there know that you need to pay cash, and the line is so much shorter. I don't know if it's always like this, but the line for paying card is still miles long. They've just gone in through this door here. They let one person in to go buy the tickets, and the other person is to wait outside. These holes in the ground, there's actually quite a few of them around the middle. those are actually drainage holes because obviously the circle in the middle at the top of the Pantheon is open. So when it rains, the water does come inside. So it can either go down those holes or the floor is on a slant, so extra water can also run down from the middle and out to the sides. You can also see the tomb of the famous painter Raphael. So I think we spent about 30-40 minutes in there. We did the rest of the Rick Steves audio guide, which was about 15 minutes, I think. And now we've just come back out.
I got chocolates and I got mixed berry. Very good. It's a good value too.
I got one scoop of the dark chocolate and I don't think it was quite hardened enough yet. She brought it out anyways and scooped it for me. And it's melting incredibly fast. So when we were trying to film this before, I'm like absolutely covered in it. But still worth it because this is really good. It's so creamy and the dark chocolate, the flavor is just incredible. Would definitely recommend coming to this place. All right, so coming back later was definitely the move. It's now 3:30 p.m. and the line earlier, when we were here around 10, went all the way up here and all the way along the far side of the fence, all the way down to where that big group of trees is over there. I mean, the line at that time was definitely moving, but you were still probably waiting at least 30-40 minutes to get in, and it was so hot. It is still hot now, but the sun is starting to go down, so you're getting a lot more shade from the trees as opposed to it being right up directly above your head.
The Roman Forum served as the political center of ancient Rome, hosting important events like elections, public speeches, and trials. The Forum was also an important religious site, housing temples dedicated to various Roman gods and goddesses. This covered area is what remains of the temple dedicated to Julius Caesar after his assassination in 44 BC. People still leave fresh flowers on this mound of dirt, thought to be the spot where he was cremated. After grabbing a bite to eat, we head over to the Colosseum for our nighttime tour of the arena and underground.
So when you're coming for the night tour, your name is on your ticket and they will check your ID, so make sure you bring your passport or your driver's license, otherwise they will not let you in. So we just finished our tour of the underground and arena of the Colosseum at night. The tour lasted just over an hour, and they took us all through the underground to see where the trap doors were, and just all of the tracks that they used to move around the scenery and to move around the materials, and where they kept the animals and everything like that. And I also feel like seeing it at night just gave it that extra bit of like ambiance, and there was just so many less people because they only allow 25 people per group, and the groups are staggered by about 20-30 minutes in between, so you basically don't see another group the entire time that you're on the tour. So it's quiet, you have great opportunities to take photos, and you wear the headsets so that you can always hear what the guide is saying. And the guide was incredible too. Just the whole thing, and the fact that it was, again, only €25 per person, and we booked it through the Co-op Culture Colosseum website. Just unreal. If you get the chance to do it, you definitely should, even if you've gone to the Colosseum during the day. All right, so this is the line that you get to be in if you don't buy tickets in advance. This line is absolutely insane. It's currently 10:20, and this line just goes forever.